I am connecting with somebody who is about to receive justice. This is a follow-on from the last reading that said they blocked your blessings. We ended that reading, which was predominantly a channeled message, with me pulling the Justice card, the Emperor card, and the Empress card. I left that reading, walked away, began to edit that reading, give it a nice finalised touch, make the thumbnail, and the Divine said, no, this story's not over. We're going to go heavy on the tarot. We're going to really work out who the Emperor is, who the Empress is, and what this justice really represents for 2026. So let's deep dive. So the first cards out are making it abundantly clear that a masculine and a feminine have completed an old life cycle. This is completion. This is external completion, but this is internal completion too. Because it's letting me know that your yin and yang are right. Not only that, I pulled the Lenormand. I pulled 3 Lenormand to clarify this. We had the 9, the invitation, 5, the tree, and 2, the luck. When these come out, and I read in my own unique way, I am clairvoyant and intuitive in approach, so bear that in mind. Hit like and subscribe. I am indeed the Hermitologist. I use oracle cards, tarot cards, and my clairvoyant gifts to dive into different readings, and I have 5 different channels doing 5 different things. Please tap in, engage with all of them, and always read the description, okay? Let's go. The justice is you are being invited in. It's sexy, it's rich, it's purposeful, it's alive. You are being invited in to your heart chakra. You are being invited home to your root chakra. You are being invited into the divine sacred union you have with yourself. God has sent you a personal invitation. The Emperor, which represents the yin masculine vibration in you today, has the 5, the tree of life. You are stabled, you are grounded, and you are unmovable. You are genius, you are smart, you are wise, you are teaching others your trade, your skill set. I see 3 disciples for you. Whoever I'm connecting with, and I'm connecting with the strong masculine side. So if you're female, we're going to talk about your masculine and feminine. If this is someone you are tethered to, husband or wife, I'm talking to both of you. This is your lover, this is your new relationship, this is a new connection. I'm talking to both of you here. This is internal, external. I'm not the best at doing these readings when I've got to hover between ethereal and physical realities, but we're learning and we're doing it. This is the yin and yang channel. We are the alien in this bitch. We've got to get it right. So stay with me, hit the like, support the channel, get stuck in, subscribe and hit the bell, please. Because the truth of the matter is, the masculine principle here is really, really grounded, and they are now really teaching 3 other people, at least 3 disciples. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Do you know why this is amazing? Because they just showed me that for a long time you had 2. You had 1, 2. You had the Visca Piscus. You had 1, 2. And when you have 1, 2, I always, for years, I've been speaking about the Visca Piscus, and I speak about how they come together and they create third in the center, and this is how we formalize the seed of life, and this is how the tree of life grows and evolves. We keep moving along these pivotal points in space and time, and we cement, change, grow and evolve, become more. The Merkle tree must be activated. Light source is needed. We must plant seed and watch it flourish, right? For a long time, you had 2 believers, 2 supporters, 2 people invested in you, 2 stakeholders, 2 whatever. I see now 2 nest eggs, I wanted to say as well. You have 3 now. It's taken you a long time because the 3rd one was fermented. I'm getting brewery, I'm getting kombucha, I'm getting cider, I'm getting vineyard, I'm getting wine. No matter how long you stomp on those grapes, they still need time. Time is inevitable. You can't move through time. You need to be still. So someone has had to have stillness for a very long time for this to accrue and come in. Someone's an empress, someone's bossed up, someone's looking at big bucks, someone's looking at big shares, stakeholder. This is dividends. We're talking about those assets. We're talking about earnings per share. We're looking at the masculine, very rich, purposeful, protected, shielded, and ready to accrue more and more wealth. The feminine, The feminine is doing the feminine thing. Powerful, exuberant, beautiful. Nest egg, yes, she has everything the masculine has. She's sitting there, she's rich, she's wealthy, she's well fed, well cared for. You could be on the thicker side of life at this time, male or female. I'm looking at someone who's a little bit more thick than usual. And it's okay. Yeah? I'm talking to myself at the same time I'm talking to you guys. So it's okay. Our thickness will balance out. Don't worry. Namaste. We'll get there. Because it's a situation of you've been in harvest and you've been checking your stock. Sometimes when you do a that's our folks, right? When you do a stock check and an audit, sometimes you are the person who just sits there and ticks what is and isn't there. In the past, this is visions and flashbacks for me too. In the past, you were doing the legwork. You were the one in the cupboard creating the audit list. You were counting the supplies. You were wheeling the supplies in and out of the building. You were organising the shelves. You were keeping it clean. You were using the supplies. Now, you are high up on the totem pole. You're just sitting there and ticking off the stock. This is showing growth for me. The vision they keep giving me clairvoyantly, flashing in, is the days I worked in a children's centre. And we never used to have a stock room audit list. We had to make one. And we had to assess all the stock in the room. The things that you have to do before you get the promotion or you get into a higher position. Risk assessments. You have to do the legwork. You have to walk around and do risk assessments. The risk assessments I was doing back in 2012 prepared me for the risk assessments I do today, 2025. Very different, very important. The audits I did back in 2011, stock checks of resources and supplies for the children, very important, very different now. The price and the markup of the stock then versus the stock now, very different but very important. It's about the skills that you have carried with you. And I scream frequently about transferable skills and how important they are. And what it means to be neurodiverse as well as one thing. So if you're neurodiverse, hit the bell, let me know in the comments. But what people don't realise about neurodiverse individuals, unique individuals who operate outside of the spectrum, right? We can use our experiences, our life experience, our everyday, and we can do so much different stuff from one discipline, one craft, one sector, one industry. You think you do this task and it only allows you to do that one thing. That's not true. I just saw a clip on YouTube from Magnus, the world's leading chess player. And he's talking about how finance, trading and stock and big tech and big corps are trying to employ chess players to run analytics, because they believe that the brain of the chess player is quite parallel to what's needed in some of these high demand working environments where analytics are needed and someone who can really see and fine tune things. So they're really trying to recruit chess players. I gave an example on my old X account before it got suspended, Elon Musk, where I spoke about what it means to be a profiler. As a child, as a childcare worker, I had key children. Some of us had more key children than others, and the pay was not reflective of our workload, let's just say that. 12 key children. I've got to log their development in line with the statutory guidance, along with the curriculum, keep accurate records, report back to the parents daily, log everything on a chronological log, do observations, take photos, create scrapbooks, keep a portfolio, profile the child throughout their whole life in nursery or the childcare centre, feedback, do self-assessments, analyse their development, report back to necessary key figures around the child, other professionals that are involved, social care, signpost, families left and right. A lot of stuff comes with these jobs. There's a lot of transferable skills in that. A lot of what I do now, and a lot of scrapbooking hobbies and stuff like that, came from me naturally having to do this kind of stuff all the time. Profiling, how I manage data, how I use reference lists, how I read literature, how I manage and cross-ref data now, it comes from some of the easiest disciplines from me being in childcare and education, simply looking at the real life experience and the person and the child and understanding where they are at in line with the national curriculum, with the curriculum that outlines their development. What's going on here? The guidelines and the rubrics and the metrics and the standard protocol that the government states is this, and the truth of the experience here is this. Where is the go-between? Where is the integration? Where is the immersive reality? Where is the overlap? Where is the middle ground? And that immersive realities, middle ground, on and offline, really represent everything I do today. And that's because I've been trained for a long time to pull from legal and statutory guidance and real life and find the go-between, pull and weave in what reality is. That identifies the tree of life here as well, and the Merkle tree, which is a coding discipline as well. You see how things spread out and how you pick up skills. A lot of us are overly qualified, more than we could ever imagine, but we're not in that arena, or that specific qualification isn't on our CV. And I've got still a hell of a lot of qualifications. If I'm going to write a normal CV or resume, I'm going to have a problem because I've had a lot of jobs. I do a lot of different things, a lot of different arenas, and I also work for myself and do all of this shit too. So where do you want me to where do you want me to stick that? How many more pages should I add to this fucking A4 that you're demanding? Let's dig some more. Share your story in the comments because I would love to know. I'm really enjoying this. The Lovers card's out. Of course the Lovers card's out. Where else are we going to go? The Lovers card and the King of Wands. And one more. I'm going to shut, okay? I'm going to take that, but then we're going to get another. I'm being guided to pull again. Wow, of course I am. So the Empress has just come out underneath the Empress. That's why I said wow, because when you just feel guided to keep going, you can sense that something's rising, and then you get confirmation like that. And now it's just a gorgeous spread. So with the Justice card and the invitation, you're being invited by the divine to come on in. This could be this reading for you. This could be a confirmation and a massive element of awakening for you, the reassurance that you need, yeah? This could be the birthing of your third eye, because I do a lot of third eye awakening over here through this content. So this could be that opening for you, but if it's not, something else in your life could be going on, and that could be rising up for you, and this is just that additional confirmation that you need, right? Either way, justice, because you're being invited into something through the divine. I'm telling you that, so you're consciously aware of that in your reality. And there's a Lovers card here. And with the Emperor and the Empress, I am connecting with, I want to say divine masculine, divine feminine, but I want to say Emperor, Empress. I'm looking at a loving relationship here more than anything else. You're being invited into love, true love. The Ace of Swords is coming out with this as well. And it's giving me, there's justice in love and there's justice in the divine. Like, what's fascinating for me, and I'll say it clearly over the last few readings, and the next few readings that are coming out, because some of them are actually pre-scheduled, okay? So there's about 3 to 4 readings over the next few days, and that's just gone, that are really significant here, because I'm looking, and all my readings on the channel, you'll see the themes of them. If the thumbnails are similar, they've got done as a collective. If the thumbnails are different, they're standalone. So start looking at the thumbnails and the themes and the colours for the week. You'll see how everything's laid out on the channel under video videos and you'll go, okay, they're all grouped together. I could dive into this and have synchronicity, and these are all similar. They'll have synchronicity in there for me. So there's a lot of different selection, a lot of different collective consciousnesses that we're kind of going through as a series, okay? So dive into whatever resonates, and if one resonates and they've got the same thumbnail kind of design, you're probably going to want to watch that whole series over a week or so, because it's going to be juicy and it's going to be intelligence that could really benefit you, okay? So let's keep going, because firstly, there is absolute confirmation that I am talking to someone in union, heading towards union. More importantly, that unification, because the King of Wands is out with the Emperor, and the tree is covered by the Eight of Wands. Communication's been initiated. The masculine has initiated some communication already, and the masculine is coming forward with this real confidence and lead. The masculine is not showing up as the boss or the leader or the money man. He's showing up with more of a flirt. It's not even flirtatious. It's, I'm into you. I'm into you. I like you. I like what I see. I want to get to know you. This masculine is showing up with prowess, and he's really present and willing and wants to give. This is interesting because the Empress is clarified by the Page of Swords and the Empress. So it's confirmation. This is a new beginning. The feminine is aware of this new beginning. She's been doing her stock checks. She's been doing her audits. She's been running the numbers. She's been focused on the risk management of the situation. But she's just still on, she's giving me on guard energy. There are 3 people approaching her. This is fascinating because it looks like the disciples that the Emperor have are moving in towards the feminine. They see the feminine. They're coming to deliver a message to the feminine. It could also be the Emperor that is bringing the cavalry, yeah? Everyone's coming together. This is union, yeah? I'm talking about union for real, and it's really nice, really, really powerful, because the masculine and feminine are coming together. But not only that, there's other energies coming forward with that. So as the masculine and feminine unify and create a third, which is the seed of new beginning, which is actually flourishing in real time, there are also 2 other entities that seem to be coming inwards, maybe more. There are 3 individuals at least, 3 separate to the Emperor and 3 separate to the Empress. So it's showing me unification is really forming, and I always say frothing at the mouth for this new world. I don't know where I started saying that first, and it's a bit cringy, but I can't get it out of my head now, because firstly it's a bit disturbing because now I'm getting zombie visions with those gross zombies that are like frothing at the mouth and like foaming really grossly. But zombies are part of the new world, and you could look at, like, it is Michonne from Walking Dead, right, looking around, and all the zombies are just frothing at the mouth to eat her, and she's just like, fucking hell, let me chop all their heads off really quickly and chop off their arms and tie them up and use them for the next leg of the race, because I'm going to need someone to keep the rest of the more violent species away from me, right? Which sounds quite demonic and dark. I'm so sorry we had to go there, but this is the new world and zombies are real, so we're going to use it. But on that note, no one's coming to you that you need to. No, it's true. People are coming to you that you need to utilize, and I'm sorry I've had to say it in such a harsh way, but I think even the people that are coming towards you are prepared to be used. Because the image I'm getting is, if you know Walking Dead and you know Michonne from Walking Dead, when she was travelling for the longest period of time by herself, the only real reason she was so stable and safe and could sleep at night is because she chopped the zombies' arms off and pulled out the zombies' teeth and just kept the zombies on leads close around her. So the zombies don't go towards other zombies, they go towards human. So she just encased herself in live zombie that can't attack her, to keep the zombie away. So people are kind of be outrightly pulling up to you, going, I'll be your protector, to a certain degree. And Michonne would never ask that. Michonne doesn't need that. You think Michonne gave a fuck about Rick when she met Rick? He's the star of the show. He's the lead. She's like, I don't give a fuck who you are. I've been out here long enough protecting my blood clot self. I don't need you. But it's the beauty of it, because people are seeing her in mission, and that's why Michonne became so strong in her character of Walking Dead. I'll put the spiritual apocalypse video I made in the description. It's from my other channel, but it's a hermitology tale, and it dives into what it means to truly awaken spiritually, and what it means to be a walker versus a sleeper, what it means to be woke versus fast asleep. Okay, so check out the description for that one, because that's where we're at in the conversation, and it's talking about someone who's been woke for a long time but been surrounded by a lot of dead, a lot of walking dead, and as a result of that, it's been incredibly hard. And you've been trying to not be scratched, trying not to be bitten, surviving on rations, back and forth. We've used a lot of vampire and a lot of zombie energy over here in metaphor and speech, and it's been really, really important. But people can see you, just like they saw Michonne. When they realised Michonne was smart enough to rip out a zombie's mouth and chop off a zombie's arm and use the zombie as leverage, why wouldn't you want that person to be part of your community and cult or tribe? We choose you. Let that Pokemon be activated. Take that Pokemon up to stage 1 or phase 2, phase 3. That Pokemon needs evolution. How about that? Because that's an asset. You're an asset. And other people know that you're an asset. There's no one else in the 10 seasons, 9, 10, maybe 11 seasons of Walking Dead where someone's had that wit and intelligence like Michonne. Michonne is a savage. And I'm connecting with a female savage. Powerful as fuck. And others know it. And they are willing to sacrifice. And not even they've sacrificed a lot. They've come a long way. This is it's Christmas time. So of course this is giving me Jesus and Mary and Bethlehem. Where are the 3 wise men? Because they're coming. The 3 wise men are on their way, and they have frankincense, myrrh and gold. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Christmas is upon us. They've sacrificed a lot, and they've travelled a really, really long way for this Empress. Because they've seen the Empress out here for a long time fighting with a sword. And the fact that this Empress can keep herself safe. Do you know how hard it is to sleep during an apocalypse? Yeah, so that talks about your mind frame. And that means when you're so woke, yeah, it's impossible to live a muggle life or be unconscious again once you wake up. Once you're awake, you're awake. So there is no more sleeping. There is no more ignorance is bliss. There is no more sweeping this off under the rug. You see. You're a seer. You're a sage. You're clairvoyant. You're intuitive. You're woke as fuck. And that is a curse in itself sometimes, guys. So other people can see that you're woke as fuck and they're like, cool. We've come a long way. We heard you're the wokest. Come join us. We need you, to be honest. We value you. We see you. El negati kamin. Right, yeah? That's how deep it is. And it's been a juggling act for a really, really long time. But now, moving forward, there is going to be some final events. Finalization. Wow. Justice. Emperor. 6 of Swords. 10 of Cups. This is beautiful. I want to say this is peng. Yeah? But I refrained to be posh because I like to be posh sometimes. But the truth of the matter is, we're now looking at a spread that has doubled up on itself. We started with the Justice, the Emperor and the Empress, and we're closing with the Empress, Justice and the Emperor. So everything I've spoken about is now confirmed times 2. They're making it abundantly clear, the divine is today, going, you're on the money, you're on the ball, you're connecting with the right people here, and this is really purposeful, and it's important that we stay present and we trust and believe in this, okay? Because the truth of the matter is, what's happening now is, this is a balancing act moving forward. You take your goods, you take your qualities, and you let go of what you don't need. Michonne don't need to carry those zombies anymore with the empty mouths and the no arms. They're a liability. They're going to slow us down. She's actually got genuine people that can help now. So the rest can go. But what she's taking with her is the ability and know-how, how to know-how. Because if she needs to do that again, she can. And now, the other people that travel with her, they also know how to use that trick. They can do that too. And not only that, she's going to learn how to survive in this kind of terrain. Yeah? This is so beautiful to me, and I've never got to this point in a story before, and I really hope it resonates and reflects in all of your lives in unique ways for you guys, okay? Because this is so transformative for me personally as well. It's really touching my heart, and I feel so much gratitude and grace and so much peace moving forward into 2026 because of this. Because what this is saying to me is the apocalypse and the surge of the zombies was so intense that this divine person has just been out by themselves all this time. And the scariest thing when you're out in the wild is it gets to the point on the journey, yeah, where it's not even the zombies that are the problem anymore, because the zombies have only got so much intellect. You've mastered them. Michonne Long mastered the zombies. It's the ones that are alive. The ones that say, come and join our tribe, come and join our clique. Oh, wow, what are you doing here? It's okay. As soon as you see one of them, they put their hands up and say, hey, it's okay, I'm human. I'm not one of them. It's okay. How long you been out here? It's them ones. Because a lot of them are murderers. And they didn't just kill the unalived. They killed real people. Some of them are the evilest motherfuckers you've ever known. Because to be honest, the ones that survive and the ones that are woke and conscious now, not all of them came from the light side of town. Not all of them had a light, morally integritous journey to where they're at. So when he's putting his hands up, or they're putting their hands up going, hey, we're harmless, we're not going to bite you. No, we're not going to bite you, we're going to steal from you. We're going to use you as prey. We've come to manipulate you. We've come to steal your rations. What you got in that bag of yours? Yeah? We're going to use you as bait. We're going to eat you because actually we're carnivores. People turn in different ways. So it's not only about fearing the zombies that have turned, that could have been your family and friends and the ones you loved, but it's about the ones that have turned in ways you can't see. And after all of that you've gone through, dealing with the ones that are unalive, dealing with the ones that are dead, the walking dead, dealing with the ones that have turned but are still human, but they've turned in alternative ways and they're sick as fuck. Sicker than the zombies. I'd rather hang around with a room full of zombies and my armless, mouthless protectors than hang around with these humans that have turned in God-forsaken ways. So finally, after all of that, the cavalry have arrived. And there's at least 3 of them, and you can trust them. Whew. Woo-saw. Trust. Trust. Do I even know how to spell trust this far down the line? Let me try. Help me in the comments. I don't know if I've got it in me. Trust, you say. Trust? Oh. I'll try. Help me, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. Can I spell trust after all this time? T. I don't know if I've got it in me, guys. I really don't. You're going to have to help me in the comments. I don't know if I've got it. And that's what you're going to be dealing with, guys. So I think this reading is really me coming to let you know that you can trust. And that I know you might not want to. And you got to keep your wits about you because no one is fucking perfect here. Yeah? Michonne's not fucking perfect. She's been through a lot. She's done a lot of shit. And Michonne will put a knife to your throat real fucking quick if it gets sticky in the situation and she doesn't trust you. People got PTSD. People got anxiety. Not everyone's going to say the perfect thing to make you fucking smile. This is the new world. You're making allegiances with people you normally wouldn't, yeah? In my head, I'm getting rug pulled in my head as well. You're preventing getting rug pulled and mugged off and ripped off and robbed. You can trust these people, that's for sure, okay? T. R. U. T-H. We made it, okay? Say it with me now. We'll say it one more time just to affirm it. T-R-U-T-H. Trust. Finally, after all of these years, you have found somebody that you can trust. I want to bitch and moan. I don't want to even come off the call. I want to be the realist version of me. The bitter side of me now wants to come out and go, can you believe it? All this fucking time, all these people, all these years of searching, and only now I found someone I can trust. Can you fucking believe it? And that's the PTSD. That's the irritation. Because you wouldn't allow yourself to feel those emotions before, or be weak and weary or breakdown. So I get a breakdown's due. Do you get what I mean? Not a toxic one. We haven't got time for that shit. But there will be a moment where you're alone and it's just you, and you know you've made it. It's when probably like Michonne gets to Alexandria and you finally get in, and they've got cookies and they've got cookies and milk, and they've got a cow, and they have dinner around the table, and there's no zombies, and the place is all boarded up and safe. Alexandria's home for a little while. You know it's not going to last forever. Fucking hell, the world's a shit show. But for a window of time, we're safe here. You got a community and you're safe. So you're going to have a breakdown. And you're going to cry. And you're going to just be shocked because you never thought this would happen. And remember what happens with anyone who ever gets let into Alexandria at the beginning. They're sussing out the weapons room. They're sussing out rations because your brain's still going. Remember we spoke about those humans you can't trust. Do you get what I mean? So even when you let people into the lair, they're going to be watching you. You're going to be watching them because you could flip any given moment. This is the new world. We don't know what we're in for. The weapons are in here. If a weapon goes missing, we're fucked. It's going to be the new person that stole it. That's anxious as well. You ever been in a situation where you're never really in this room, or you're never really in this environment? You've never been to this person's house before. Something's missing. My worst nightmare. You've never been to this person's house before, and you are turned up having a great time, and you're really, really comfortable, and you've been talking to everyone there, and something really significant's gone missing. And you are like, well, I can't leave this house now. And everyone's acting casual and calm like it's normal. No one seems to be too phased. But in my head, I'm like, I'm not leaving tonight. I said, guys, I just want to make it clear. I don't feel comfortable to leave this room until this item's found. Just because I've never been here before, and it makes me quite self-conscious that you might think I've stolen it. So if we could all just take a minute just to look around us a little bit more. I don't see any of you being bothered or remotely fazed by this, but I don't like the idea that I'll leave here and you might not find that again. And if that is the case, then that's going to be a stain on my reputation, because you're going to assume it's the new person in the room that's never been here before. So if we could all just look around a little bit more for me, that will just make me not have a panic attack. Thanks, guys. And then everyone looks around and, oh, it's right here. Just squashed in between the sofa. There we go. Oh. We all saw that, yeah? Okay, fabulous, because that would have kept me up for the rest of the year. Thanks, guys. And that's a really, 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 really old example of me. And being in probably a toxic environment anyway, because you grow up with certain people and you see characteristics, and you definitely don't want to be tarnished with the same brush as the others. But that's the point a little bit here. That's the example I'm giving you. It's triggering me in my past. I'm like, oh my God, I remember that awkward moment. And those awkward moments where you're like, you know, people that are not of the highest integrity, and you definitely don't want to be associated, right? So it's you and them. This whole new world that you're going into, remember that we're all going through it. It's not just you. So these people are going to be anxious. They're going to be worried. They're going to hope that you are as integritous as you say you are, or who you appear to be. And there is honour and grace and integrity amongst all of you guys. But you just got to give. In my head, I'm getting give it up. Yeah? Give up the need to be perfect, control everything, control perception, or care. Care. I'm getting more visions in my head. I'm going to give you one more for the way out of the door. Maybe it's going to heal me, maybe it's not. But there was an incident at a place that I worked, right? And I've had this vision a few more times in other instances, actually, over the last maybe 2 months. So I'll throw it out there, weirdly enough. But there was an experience where there was rumours going around after an annual general meeting. That was the one wine night we had a year. I was a wino. I loved drinking wine, or I used to love drinking wine. I don't really drink now or smoke now, but I used to love it. So wine's gone missing after wine night, and there's rumours around that Louisa's stolen the wine from the trolley. I'm a pisshead, granted, but I don't steal. It's not me. So sorry. No. Stealing. I'm a grown adult. I don't steal. Are you awful? And so the conversations got back to me about this stealing incident, and someone else has overheard it, and they've gone, "No, I've taken the wine. How many bottles of wine were missing too?" And they said it was Louise. No, it was me and my mum. The other manager said take it, and me and my mum took a bottle each. And the other person, the gossip, who hears everything through the grapevine's gone, "Oh, well, they said it must have been Louise. They think Louise has stolen 2 bottles of wine off the trolley from the work meeting." I lost the plot. I went straight into the office, started blasting both of the managers, and I dragged the girl in with me, who actually said she took the wine. And it was 2 managers that could have had a simple conversation about the wine and discovered, no, I let them take the wine. She asked me, and I told her to take 2 wines. Yeah, well, I told her mum to take one. She took the other one. So we didn't really let her take it. But she's close with us, so it's fine. Louise isn't close with us. Also, her complexion's slightly different, so that could or could not be a factor. We're not going to go there. But let's keep it fucking real. So I've gone into the office and I've kicked up a stink. And I've gone, just to clarify, there's discussions going around the building that I've stolen wine. No one's come to ask me. But I just want it to be made abundantly clear. I would never steal. Ever. I would not steal anything from this place. That is not who I am, and that is a stain on my reputation, and I will not have it. I was really young at this point as well. I don't know who I thought I was, but it's personal, isn't it? So we're talking about those personal moments that could crop up where someone could make an assumption about how you do your job, how you work, how you live, how you love, how you give. Someone could assume that you're lying, or do you get what I mean? There's going to be little things in a relationship where you do have to put your foot down and make it clear, no, I would never do that, or yeah, I did do that, or that's what I stand for. I would never say that, because words can get misconstrued and people can just assume things about you without it being accurate. And I said, just to clarify, and I called that other person's name, what happened that night? What did you do? What did you and your mum do? And she's like, me and my mum took a bottle of wine each. She goes, I didn't actually ask, but my mum asked and she was allowed, so I just assumed I was allowed, I took it too. So I said, just to clarify, the 2 bottles of wine that are missing, that are being assumed that the pisshead took it, because I drink more than most, because my dad's actually an alcoholic. Rest in peace, father. Right? But I grew up in a really tragic home environment. Fuck you lot, okay? I like wine. Fuck off. Doesn't mean I'm a fucking thief, though, does it? And I was like, you've taken both of those wines. Is that correct? Yep. So have we all heard that? Would anyone like to fire her? Moan at her? Complain? What are we going to do about this? Because when it was me, it was uproar across the whole building. Is that okay? Okay, they're like, no, it's fine. Oh, it's fine, is it? It's fine. But the whole building is bouncing off the walls regarding me. But this is fine. And you knew that they would have just had even more resentment towards me if it was me. But I had to come into the office and be the lead in charge and squash these accusations, which are just so insulting. And they would have let it go and let it lie and gossiped about it in private, whilst tarnishing me with a thief reputation, which is so far from who I am. And that just broke me down. And then it does bring up insecurities about race as well, because then there's conversations of, oh, well, if you was this race, it wouldn't have been an issue. If it was that race, it wouldn't have been an issue. And everyone's talking about bullying and racism and what's really going on in this corporation and how they favouritize people. And it felt that way, you know? So it's about understanding toxicity in teams, dynamics, personal relationships amongst family and friends, people that you do or don't like, people that you love, people that you hate, people that love and hate you as well. Because you're always going to get on with people and you're not going to get on with people. And dynamics change over time. Like a lot of those kind of conversations are stuff that you'll have in the future, but there's healing and there's a safe place for you to rest your head, okay? And there's a lot of people in this community that will love and nurture you, and you will love and nurture them. But there's no intense energy. There's nothing like I've given as an example. But for some reason, it was important for me to share that, and I understand that the way in which we need to put our foot down, the way that we need to speak our truth, the way that we need to make people know who we are and what we stand for, because they don't know. And the world is full of people, and we all have brains to think. So as long as we're thinking, feeling and walking and talking, we're going to need to make sure we do that with the utmost integrity and respect and clarity, so we can all feng shui in the right way, basically. Yeah? Crazy read. Crazy read. I hope that found you in the right way, guys, and that really just gives you that extra spark of motivation that you need, okay? The 3 wise men are on their way with that frankincense, gold and myrrh, and goodness me, do you deserve it, okay? Check out the description for everything inside. Check out that spiritual awakening reading. Check out all the other channels. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more love and light.